Kia ora, Taurus. This is your reading for the full moon in Aries, which is happening as we speak. My readings are never pre-recorded, so it's happening as we speak. Excuse me. So let's get your cards out. Let's get the storyline out, and thank you for your likes and comments and subscribes. It's really much appreciated. So thank you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let's see. We go through, I think I'm repeating myself, we go through and clarify with a few other decks. So I've pulled a rock mineral crystal card face down. So we can pull that out at the end and we'll see. So a couple more cards for Taurus, please. Looking quite, rich here. Oh, right, so we've got a fifth card. All right, Taurus, let's see. Full moon in Aries right now. And as we head through this, we're looking at, I think, an eclipse, aren't we? A solar eclipse on somewhere around the 14th, 15th, which coincides with the government elections here in Aotearoa. So it's interesting times. We come out here, Taurus, with Prince of Wands, very young, experimental prince, very fiery prince, hot and cold, sometimes. Pushing boundaries, wanting to experiment. What is centered around that fiery element, which is the will center, your action center. So it's a youthful, very experimental prince that's coming out first here in this storyline. We then have the Ten of Wands, another wand. Still, it's about fire. It's about our central ability to act upon what we need or want or desire, whatever. We have the Ten of Wands, and it is called oppression. It's the end of the suit. And it's called oppression because it's burdensome. We've got to a point where we need to let go of a few things, Taurus. So, whether that's just too much on our plate, too many obligations, all of this, it's not serving us so well anymore. By the time we get to the 10, we need to let that bundle of sticks go, right? And here we are, 9 of discs. Here you are in some ways. The card is called Gain, and we often see it represented as a figure, a lone figure in a garden, surrounded by what they value, surrounded by all the things that they created for themselves. It's a beautiful card of independence. It's really a Taurus at this current time that's looking very focused and zeroed in on a particular outcome. Any extraneous burdens, anything that's slowing this Taurus down, Taurus, needs to be just sort of released, whatever that is, We then come to the Three of Wands. You're on track. No need to worry. You're on track. There's nothing that can put you off. This like the Three of Discs, building new foundations with others. The Three of Wands, we're talking again about fire. It's a very fiery sort of setup here. We're talking about our will, our ability to action things in the world. You are on this path anyway, already. We build things up. We begin, or should I say we begin things, whether it's projects, works, relationships, whatever it is. We begin things and complete things over and over again within one lifetime, you know. You're on track. You know that your abilities thus far have served you well. You know where you get tripped up, which is taking too much on board, possibly. Hence that 10 of Wands. So we allow things to go in order to continue on this track, because I do see a Taurus very focused, tunnel visioned. And then we have the Chariot, so we've got big time movement here, and it's really all about balance. That is the only way that this Chariot can move and bring things into form. So it's all about action stations for you at the moment, Taurus. It's all about that, and possibly it is action time, you know. Let's look at the Prince of Wands, please, for Taurus. We go up a level, we get the Knight. No rumination, no need. No need. The Knight is very compulsive, yes, but really good at just blasting through, getting it out there, all of that. 10 of Wands, the card of oppression. The card of a burden that needs to be released, or a collection of burdens that need to be released. I see that as being somewhere over here, like if we looked at a linear timeline. I see that 10 of Wands as a past kind of thing. We get to clarify that. 10 of Wands. We have the Page, another small young adolescent in the realms of the emotional world, experimenting as well, offering. They might not have a wealth of experience in terms of understanding understanding experiences and what that gives us or takes away from us. It's a small offering. Every time we let go of something that doesn't suit us anymore, it is in small increments. It is in small offerings to ourselves that we do that, Taurus. And then we have 6 of Swords, moving to a calmer port. This is psychologically, emotionally. It could be moving physically. We don't need to tell everyone about it. Hence the covered figures here. We know that that is happening. And I do think that you know that that is happening, Taurus. 9 of Wands, the independent soul, and they're surrounded by what they value. We have the 3 of Cups to begin with. We feel confident. We feel surrounded by people that we enjoy celebrating with. Are we stepping it up a bit? Are we looking at other... Well, we're in a process, aren't we? Because we're quite focused. We're in a process. 5 of Swords, a difficult card. Deception. Letting ourselves down. We have this element within our lives all the time. We keep tabs on it. Here we have the 7 coming out with that. So we've got the 3 of Cups, celebrating with friends, family. We have the 5 of Swords, a figure that comes in after the battle to take the swords, taking credit where it's not due, maybe. Whether that's you, whether it's someone else. 7 of Cups, options, many options. But what? Because it's the card of assessment. It's in relation to the emotions. What are we going to choose? What's okay? What's good for us? What's going to work? 7 of Cups. many different options. And sometimes a requirement might just be to settle quietly in that garden surrounded by everything that you valued and you worked for, to settle there and allow this to play out. Because there's a decision that's going to be made. You've been presented with options and the need to assess the probably the subtleties. It's like tunnel vision. You know where you're going, but it's the little tweaks and the subtle aspects that will come to you in this 9 of discs, standing in your garden. The things that you value are determining your direction here, and the subtle tweaks, etc., along the way. Finally, we have the Knight of Swords, another knight. So speaking of cutting back, clearing out truth, we want truth. There's not a lot of emotion here. There's an impulsive drive here, and there's sorting out, I guess you could say, the oats from the chaff in the Knight of Swords. We're speaking of the mind, aren't we? Truth, our truth, whatever. People talk about that all the time at the moment. My own personal truth. Well, sometimes it's good to just hold that. Hold that within. Where was I, Taurus? Yeah, value it instead of talking about it too much. What was I saying, Taurus? So we've got the beautiful Empress. I was just stunned by the Empress here, the Seas of Binah. It is formless ocean that gives, that basically creates life, creates form. We have that coming with that 3 of Wands. This is where you are. This is where you're at. This is where you want to get to. And there's a level of independence here. There's a level of creativity, high octane creativity with the Empress, and a nurturing. And I would suggest a nurturing towards yourself. Taurus, the Chariot comes from those salty seas of the great Empress and creates as they go. We see the world. Can we have a card for the Emperor? For the Chariot, for Taurus, please. The Chariot's moving fast. You know, sometimes it's easy to be swayed, isn't it? Impacted by what's going on around you. The direction that other people want you to go. Now, so the Chariot's moving big time speed, big time creation, along the way. It's great. Can only be done through an internal balance, through balance, not through reactionary behaviours. Well, that's a sweeping statement, isn't it? But you know what I'm saying. We get the 3 of discs. Again, a card that's been coming up in a lot of these readings. Collaborative work, building new foundations, building new beginnings. You've got the 3 of discs in the nuts and bolts world, is what I'm talking about. And you've got the 3 of Wands in your world, in your own world here. So you've got both of those cards. Now we'll get a Brian Froud Pixie and Fairy, just as a little overview, just as a little glimmer. Taurus, we've got quite a big glimmer. Just as a little glimmer here, we have the support that we need. And of course, it's simple. It's called the friendship card. We have, a rising tide lifts all ships, as it should, not just some. The support of friendship. Beautiful. And now we see what rock mineral crystal can you carry with you this week, Taurus. We have blue kyanite. It is about connecting with animals, telepathic abilities, finding your true path, which I think you have found, and finding clarity, and that's largely what this reading has been all about. So on that note, thanks, Taurus, for joining me, and if you've come back again, thank you so much. Take good care over the full moon in Aries, and we'll see you next time closer to the solar eclipse. Okay, bye.